What is up, guys? I'm Glacio, and today I'll be doing another quest in Warframe called the Jordas Precept. Today we'll be doing that, and yeah, that's one of the quests we need to do now. So, for the Jordas Precept, I did do some preparation. You need to defeat the Juggernaut several times. Actually, more than several times, many times. So you can get the... Hang on, I'll explain it. Okay, so the Juggernaut will always drop one of 4 pieces, and rarely a Furliak pod blueprint. So you need to keep defeating him, keep entering missions until you get each one of those 4 pieces and the blueprint, and then you can build everything.
I hope not.
Oh, we did get your message, that's why we're contacting you.
Brave and honorable operator. By the 44th precept, we are ready to assist.
Yes. No. Please. Do not. Contacting you was a mistake. This infestation is everywhere.
As you can see, like, he's a bit infested too.
My operator is no stranger to
Shredding flesh.
eradicating infestations.
Oh, that is
The
true.
golem is too strong. No chance. Wait. Maybe the Furliak pods. But where would you ever get those? This is hopeless. Just go away.
Cephalon? Jordas? Operator, he's gone. My precepts compel me to help this Cephalon. Whatever these Furliak pods are, we need to get some
Immediately.
at your earliest convenience.
So yeah, now,
I am the last.
I didn't
Design.
include...
Precept 44 compels all able Cephalons to assist.
I didn't
Don't
include...
come.
Oh, come
But if
on.
you do, I have a reward. Another Warframe was defeated here. Some of its petrified parts may still remain. Destroy the infestation, collect his parts, and perhaps make him whole again.
Jordas, my operator, is kind and compassionate, not motivated by selfish rewards. By the
Well, I mean, a
44th
good
precept,
reward never hurts, you know. So yeah, the reason I didn't include the Furliak pod farming is because it was, again, repetitive, boring, and you'll see a Juggernaut fight in this very episode.
pods are ready.
So yeah, you get 50 from one blueprint.
Really? No. They will need calibration. Any severe infestation should be enough.
So now you have to go into Eris and test these pods. If you ask me what the purpose of these pods is, I have no idea. I mean, we never do anything with these pods. Anything. It feels like they just make them just so they make you grind more, and I feel kind of stupid. One thing is to like build something you actually need for the quest. Another thing is like, well, he told us to build these, and now we have to build them because we don't know how to eradicate infestations on our own anymore. Suddenly we need these pods, which I mean take, I don't know, a couple hours to grind. Okay, well maybe not a couple hours, like an hour, but still, it's annoying. So this guy jumped in for the quest, which is awesome. Welcome, dude. But yeah, it's a very unnecessary grind.
Your Furliak pods.
And I
Just
do have...
don't use them all.
I have nothing against grinding when it's necessary, but when it's not...
Operator.
Like, look, I'm just gonna deploy one of these now.
Infestation has
What
erupted
does
all
that
night.
do?
Let's clear it out.
Dangerous, but beautiful. I can almost taste them. But the golem needs something more potent.
I know.
I've sent you a blueprint. Irradiating the pods will make something worth bringing here.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I suppose this is something my operator can arrange.
Isn't it, operator?
So basically, now I just deployed one of those. It did basically nothing.
Let's clean it up.
And now that's not even good enough. I have to build another thing that does nothing. And that's the potent Ferliac pods, which in the recipe take 1 Ferliac pod and 3 Argon crystals. So, yay, more farming. Hooray.
Concentrations of infested blood.
So, when you kill a certain amount of enemies in any mission on Eris, a Juggernaut will spawn. He'll roar once, and then if you kill many enemies, he'll spawn and come to kill you. And I will show you that fight right now. So these yellow enemies, they're the ones you have to kill. They'll be pretty obvious. And the fight you're about to see, you have to do many times until you get all the pod components and the blueprint. I had a lot of trouble getting the final component, the husk. He just wouldn't drop it. They know grinding is part of the game, and
Here comes the juggernaut.
that's what it takes to complete this game. It's fine, because I really want to complete it. There he is. He has 2 weak spots on the top of his body and on the bottom, like underneath his body. So this guy basically already defeated him while I was fucking with those guys, and yeah, I got infected palpitoids this time. That's one of the 4 pieces. You only need 1 of each piece, but of course you won't drop a different one any time. You'll get some duplicates, triplicates, and if you're very unlucky, even more. Yeah, then once you deploy your pod, you just have to finish up this classic extermination mission, and yeah, that's basically it. This is the mission I think I went to farm the Ferliac pods anyway, because during extermination I think it's almost guaranteed that he'll spawn. Unless you like deliberately don't kill enemies because you don't want to spawn him. It's almost guaranteed. It's only 94, so it's really not that difficult. And now we can extract. Yay. This quest, like, in general, took me... the video is 30 minutes. The raw material, the raw video material was way longer. Obviously, I cut it down. It wouldn't have even been 1 episode if I just played this, like, normally and not made a sort of montage out of it. It would have taken probably 2 episodes, and the second one would have been like 50-60 minutes long. So then he gives you the potent Ferliac pods blueprint. How kind of him, I don't have to farm this one. And I have it ready. I have my Argon crystals ready to go. Come on, where are you? Oh, yeah, I probably have to go in my inbox first. Yep, potent Ferliac pods. Awesome, dude. I also have Sands of Inaros building for when we, you know, need to do that quest, because we are doing all quests. And you just need 1 regular one for the potent. Okay, and now... boom. The pods are done. I skipped ahead. They take, I think, 8 hours to build, so this would have been an entirely new episode. And just to shorten the amount of episodes, I just did it like a cut. And then made it into 1 episode. Yay, now the potent ones are done. And this is what really pisses me off.
Yes, I cannot wait to meet this operator.
Oh, fuck
Bring them to
you.
Eris. Hurry. Don't regret this.
I also don't understand what he means by don't regret this. I mean, it's common to say you won't regret this, but I mean, what does he mean don't regret this? It's not really up to me if I'll regret it or not. It's up to the events that happen and make me regret something or not regret something. That's kind of weird. So this is what really pissed me off. It doesn't even like ask you to equip them. It doesn't even ask you to deploy them. You made them for nothing. You're not even going to use them once.
Is that it? I really thought you would have
And now he
more.
goes kind of
Have
crazy.
you been using them?
What? No. A few, but you said...
That is not enough for him. You are just like all the others. You won't kill the golem. I don't want you to.
Jordas, calm yourself. Cephalon to Cephalon, we are here to help.
I see what you're doing. You came for the parts, just like the others. Greedy scavengers. You do not care about Jordas.
I am beginning to have a terrible feeling.
Yeah, well, it's too late now, isn't it? Huh?
What have I got you into?
So now, we fight this golem.
He's coming. Get into position.
This is a juggernaut behemoth. This is not the golem, by the way. This is a prelude to the boss fight, if you will. It's pretty easy. The way you want to do this is, I don't know, the way I did this, I used my moat amp. I was mainly just in operator mode, and I don't know, that got his health down pretty quickly. It didn't take too long, especially regarding that it was a solo fight.
Join us.
So, yeah, I kind of tried to get other people for this, but nobody, none of my friends were really online, and I just had to do it on my own. But this is pretty easy. It will take some time to take down his health, but if you remain in void mode when you're not, like, shooting him, he can't do anything to you, and he can't hurt you, he can't kill you. You can just stay safe, and then when it charges up, come out for a brief moment and shoot him, and then go back into void mode. It's a pretty easy way to cheat. It's like fighting an Eidolon, basically. He can be hurt by regular weapons, but I think the moat amp was my most powerful weapon in this moment. It seems like he went down much quicker than the regular Juggernaut too, which is kind of weird. Because I tried defeating a Juggernaut with my moat amp once, and it took forever. It took like much longer than this took. And I succeeded, and I didn't even get the part I wanted, so awesome. The only real annoying thing is that when you come out of void mode, like, he may be turned with his back, but these infested mobs will come after you that he spawns himself. So, yeah. That can be a bit annoying. But, no, well, I mean, it's not really a fatal. It's not really fatal. So,
This is
yeah.
just the beginning.
Now we have the golem fight, which took me, by the way, a solid, I think it was like 30-40 minutes.
Prepare for Arcwing.
So basically you deploy your Arcwing, and this is an infested corpus ship, right? And this golem has like fused with the ship, and he's using the ship's engines to get around. Like, he's become part of the ship, has become part of him.
Target spotted. Stay sharp.
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice right here, right now. Do not use the Imperator for this fight if you don't want to spend 30 to 40 minutes on this mission. I died the first couple of times because I didn't even realize how the fight worked. Didn't realize the tricks, his traps owned me in the beginning. He has two major ways of attack. This is one of them, the fire wave, which you can avoid if you're fast enough and far away enough. I recommend avoiding the fire wave. It will hurt you severely. These drones flying around, they will not. I destroyed them because I thought they were the ones killing me. Didn't even notice that the fire wave actually dealt me fire damage. The drones won't be able to harm you at all if you just keep moving all the time. I recommend going into like shift, boost, and then using your spacebar to go even faster, and yeah, you won't be able to do anything. That fire wave is pretty nasty. It deals a lot of damage, and I recommend avoiding it whenever you can. Now, the second one. The second method is 2 electric balls that will follow you around for a while around the map. They also deal a lot of damage, but they're pretty easy to avoid. So, yeah, now here, they just destroyed me. I think I had like, I don't know if this trail he leaves behind is toxic. I have no idea. He has 1 weak spot, or maybe more. I found out about 1. And that's his engines. So if you want to go for something, go for the engines as much as you can. This freaking fireball caught up with me again. Also, if you are playing this with the Imperator, which I hope you're not, it depends how much damage you deal depends on how far away you are. If you get like really close, you'll deal more damage. The funny thing is too, before this fight I thought it would take forever, so I upgraded my Imperator with like extra damage and all that good stuff. It still took 30 minutes. I don't even want to think about how long it would have taken if I didn't install the mods. Or hadn't installed the mods, actually. I will show you the first and last 7 minutes of this fight, just so I can amp up this video to 30 minutes. Because that's kind of my optimal video duration, even though I overstep that very frequently. Especially with this game, and I want to show you as much of the fight as I can. Obviously, if you're not using the Imperator, this is very easy. Some people I've heard, especially the guy I've played with, you might have seen him in earlier videos. He told me he can deal with this guy in like 3 or 4 hits, 4 to 5 maybe, I don't know, but it's insane. And on the other hand, me, 30 to 40 minutes. That's how long it takes me. So, yeah, try to have a good arc gun. I really should have. I mean, not really. The only place I needed a better Arcwing gun is this fight, so I never really had the need to make better Arcwing equipment. I also installed the Arcwing equivalent of Vitality, so now I have 1,000 health on my Arcwing, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, I was very equipped for this fight. I mean, I was more equipped than I was like in earlier episodes of the LP. I took some extra steps to prepare, that's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't equipped enough at all, but I tried to be. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's kind of wonky. You kind of have to, you're not really aiming for the engines, you're aiming for either the top half of the engines or a spot between all the engines. I think that's where you deal critical damage, and it's kind of weird because sometimes it won't even hit. I found the hitbox a bit wonky, maybe. All in all, this is a very cool boss battle. I did enjoy it, and I would have enjoyed it much more if I was better equipped for it. So, but yeah, it was a good fight. And the electro balls almost wrecked me again. That's awesome. The things I died from most were definitely fire waves. Fire waves primarily, and then electro balls. Although, you can really easily avoid them. The only time when they can kind of get you is when you don't see them coming, when you're in focus on your gun, and you're focusing on shooting him, and they just come up behind you. That's the only real, like, situation when they might hurt you, because if you can see them coming, you can run away from them very easily. They're not hard to avoid at all. The only thing was, at first I didn't even realize they were noticing me. I thought he just, like, threw them at me, but I didn't know they were homing. But they were. They are. Yay. I don't know, the Jordas Precept, all of these last quests, I don't know if I like them. I mean, they seem really cool. They're basically, yeah. So now this is the last 7 minutes where his health is like very low already. You'll see now how low his health is. I think I have only 1 revive left. I'm gonna finish the mission with 1 revive. Yeah, you can see how much I skipped. All of these last couple quests, they're really cool. They tell, like, stories of defeated Warframes. And also give you those Warframes, which is awesome. So not just the story, but also the fact that you get the Warframe blueprints. But I don't know, I just don't like how grindy they are. For the Glass Gambit, you have to grind credits. For this, you have to grind Ferliac pod blueprints and pieces. For the Silver Grove, you have to grind those stupid flowers. For the Mask of the Revenant, you have to grind sentient cores and Revenant parts. I don't know. Okay, Patient Zero is a good one. Patient Zero is great. Hidden Messages was great. Limbo Theorem. It took some resource grinding, but the quest itself didn't require any grinding. It was just like basic resources like Nerodes, which I had none at the time, and that was unfortunate. So the Limbo Theorem, great. Chains of Harrow, even if it's not really a Warframe quest because it's a main quest, but it's still like it's still centered around the Harrow Warframe. Awesome. But these 4, okay, and Sands of Inaros too, that's kind of grindy. Sands of Inaros, Mask of the Revenant, okay, I don't want to say Glass Gambit though, because that's only credits and most people have credits anyway. So these 4, Revenant, Grove, Naros, and Precept. These 4 quests that I unfortunately left for last. They just, I don't know, they just seem like a grind fest, and
Oh dear, where did that?
not to say I don't like them. I don't want to say that because I like this game. The Revenant, for example, it was pretty cool. I did lots of different bounties, and I didn't feel like, oh, I have to be here because of the damn Warframe. I didn't feel like that at all. But the Silver Grove, for example, Jesus Christ, do you really think I want to go around already completed maps and look for damn flowers? Like, come on. Don't make me do that, that's so dumb. For you guys, I left out those parts. I cut out everything I deemed too boring for a video. So, Ferliac pods, and the Ferliac pods too, like the potent ones, why? I didn't even use them, I didn't even have to. It knows I'm not gonna have to use them, it doesn't even make me equip them. I have 50 Ferliac pods in my inventory doing nothing. They're never gonna be useful. I spent 3 Argon crystals. It's just, I don't know. I would like, if I have to grind, I would like for it to make sense. And also not be flowers. So, Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Okay. I'm done complaining. I think that was it. Regarding complaining. I don't know, which other quests had, like, grinding? I think that's it. I think all the other quests I really enjoyed. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed these ones too. I just didn't enjoy doing what it required of me to unlock these quests. And yeah, and I know you don't have to grind the flowers to unlock the quest. You actually do it as a part of the quest. But I did it prior to the quest because I didn't want you guys to have to watch me look for flowers endlessly. You know how many more, if I restrict these videos to 30 minutes per video, do you have any idea how long it would have taken, how many more episodes it would have taken to show me getting every single one of those flowers? It would have been, first of all, it would have been too long, and it would have been stupid, because, I mean, the thing I always ask myself about cutting out something boring, I always ask myself, like, would I want to watch this? And I know grinding flowers is a big no. I wouldn't. I would just skip to those parts of the quest which advance the story, which are specific and special to that quest. Because when you go in those missions, there's nothing even special. Those flowers have always been there. And yeah, I guess you could have, every time you've entered a mission, you could have scanned every flower you saw. And maybe I should have done that, but I would have done that if I'd known I'll need the flowers. And even then, who knows if I'd have them all. Okay, now I'm done complaining. So he's basically almost finished. Come on, hopefully. Please. Please, please, please. I mean, I have one revive, and at this point I don't even care. I can basically just go in, take him out. Yeah, first of all, if you have lower leveled weapons like the Imperator, don't do this alone if you don't have to. Try and hold off and do it with somebody else. Or get a better weapon. Come on, die, you fucking fuck. Yes. Ah, oh, Jesus Christ.
We will quiet them too.
I can tell you by heart every single line of Jordas's dialogue in the fight. That's how much I heard it.
What would I have done if I had lost you?
Right here, I'm just checking if I'm recording, because if I hadn't recorded this, I would have had to do the fight again, and that would just be, oh no. And it doesn't even tell you where extraction is. You just have to kind of guess and fly around until you find it. I found it somehow in the middle of nothing. In the middle of the map. And you also get the Jordas Golem Assassinate mission, which I don't know what Warframe that's for, or Arcwing, or whatever. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the Jordas Precept. 40 minutes, 34 seconds. But that's with the Behemoth. So let's say 35 minutes. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode when we do one of the other quests. Bye-bye.